Carrying on from my video on how to knit the seed stitch, I'm now going to teach you how to knit the double seed stitch. To begin, you need to cast on a multiple of 4 stitches plus 2. So for instance, you could have 3 times 4, which is 12, and then add 2 to the total, which would make 14 stitches. So to repeat, that's a multiple of 4 stitches plus 2. I've already done a bit of seed stitch here, but just ignore that because I'm going to start exactly how you would once you've cast on your stitches. The first thing you need to do is knit 2 stitches. You then need to do 2 purl stitches. The most important thing to remember is that when you are doing your purl stitches, the yarn must be in front of the needles and towards you, and when you are doing knit stitches, the yarn must be behind the needles, away from you. So for the next 2 stitches, you're going to do 2 knit stitches, and therefore you're going to take the yarn through the needles to the back. And then the next 2 stitches will be purl stitches, so you bring the yarn between the needles to the front again before doing those purl stitches. You then take the yarn back through the needles again, and you do 2 knit stitches to finish. So that is row 1 completed. Row 1 therefore starts with 2 knit stitches, alternates between 2 knit stitches and 2 purl stitches, and then ends on 2 knit stitches, therefore making it symmetrical. So now we're going to move on to row 2, which is very similar to row 1, except it starts and finishes with 2 purl stitches. So the first 2 stitches are purls, so you have the yarn at the front to begin. You then take the yarn back through the needles to do the next 2 stitches, which are knit stitches. Except don't lose control of the needles like I have just done. And you carry on in exactly the same order, doing 2 purl stitches, 2 knit stitches, 2 purl stitches, 2 knit stitches, etc., and ending on 2 purl stitches. And that's the second row completed. The double seed stitch is a 4-row pattern repeat, where the first and 4th row are the same, and the second and 3rd row are the same. So now we're just going to repeat the second row, because 2 and 3 are the same. So we start with 2 purls, alternate between 2 purls and 2 knits, and then end on 2 purls. As mentioned previously, starting and ending on the same stitches makes this a symmetrical pattern. Now for the last and fourth row, which is the final row in the 4-row repeat, you do exactly the same as the very first row. So you start on 2 knit stitches, alternate between 2 knit stitches and 2 purl stitches, and end on 2 knit stitches. Once you have completed this row, that is the end of the 4-row repeat. And then all you need to do is keep repeating those 4 rows until you get the length of double seed stitch you require. So now we have the start of the double seed stitch texture. Where the single seed stitch was simply tiny ridges which were just 1 stitch wide sticking out, the double seed stitch has bumps that are 4 times as big. So there are 4 little ridges that stand out. I'm going to go away now and I'm going to knit more double seed stitch so you can see how it looks when there's a bigger surface area. And here is the double seed stitch after just 1 more round of the pattern. So that's a total of 8 rows. You can see that there are raised square-ish areas evenly spread all over the surface. I would say it's a cross between large polka dots and a checkerboard effect. You can see the difference and compare with just a single seed stitch which is below. On the back, you'll be able to see that it is in fact a reversible pattern, a reversible texture, and therefore is great for projects where you're going to see both sides of the knitting, such as scarves. So that concludes the tutorial for the double seed stitch, and thanks very much for watching.